Welcome to Cyberpunk 2030 A Better Tomorrow
Emotional damage.
There we go. And kill the music. We are back. We are live once again. Ta-da! Welcome back, everybody. We are here with Cyberpunk 2030 with the latest edition of just what the heck is going on in their lives. And will they ever make it back to the dystopian city that they call home? Inquiring minds want to know. So we have a couple things we need to do. We have a couple things we need to do here today. Oops, let me bring that down fast. So we need to, who is doing notes? We need somebody to do recap, and then we also need somebody to roll for XP.
Ooh.
I'll roll.
It's a long list. Did I do notes last time?
Notes.
I did not.
Oh. Notes Cyberpunk. Here we go.
You did notes.
Shelly did notes. Yeah.
Whose turn?
Oh, I have to do the recap. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me bring up the notes.
It's a big list too.
I lost the notes. Where are they on here? notes. Okay.
Wait a minute.
Um.
Have I not done it yet?
Doesn't look like it.
Wow. Okay, hold
It's
on.
been a while.
Well, you've only been in the game for 2 games.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
okay,
true.
okay. All right,
That's true.
I'll put my pad away then.
You
I
take
gotta
notes tonight.
you gotta be
You're excused.
yeah. You unlocked me taking notes at 10.
So, anyways, recap, please.
Yep, I'm getting there. Let me bring up my notes.
Last time on Cyberpunk.
Yes.
People did stuff.
We did do stuff. We ran.
And things.
Yes. So I'm not going to go through the list of what they got, but
Smart.
where are we? All the way down here. Sorry, guys. I know. Dead air. Okay.
Side note, Jerome, I'm trying to turn down certain people's mics and it keeps reverting to max. Is that a setting?
That is the auto gain that I have on this side. The problem I have is if I don't have it on auto gain, everybody stays way down, with the exception of Steven.
But like usually I can adjust it on my end.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, so the next morning, Stolas, Octavia, and Amori set out to find a path to take them in further to look for supplies and motorized transportation. After a while, they come to a fence and see that it has a high voltage sign. After they test it, they find that it's not live, so they decide to walk the perimeter and they get lost. And once they get back on track, they start heading in the right direction, and they find they find what they're looking for, the Welcome Center, and they do come across one dinosaur. They come across a Triceratops, and then Octavia finds coupons, which she is really, really happy about. And they find a pile of raptor bones, which Octavia is still having a loopy moment and ends up asking Amori if the bones are real.
Yep.
After scoping out the center, they find the garage and a Jeep, and they also find a bunch of other supplies that they need, including medical supplies. They start to look for food. Maury and Octavia check out the vending machines. Stolas checks out the kitchen. The vending machines were a bust, but Stolas becomes the hero for the day and finds a crap load of food in the freezers and the refrigeration units. Octavia goes to check on the Jeep, finds it locked, so she goes to find where the security is and pries open the security door. Meanwhile, back at the bunker, the others are resting with Mary May taking care of all of them. Skulls checks the bunker out again and finds nothing. When he returns, he tells the others he thinks the Stolas might be onto something. He questions how they all got to the island when they were in the tunnels, that they might be in some kind of brain dance. Ghost wants to go look at the body of the dead raptor to see if it's a robotic or if it's real. Mary May is confused about what the others are saying and starts asking questions which they are unable to answer in a way she can understand. So the whole group decides to climb the ladder. They get out. They make their way to the carcass and find that it's been picked cleaned. And as they study the body, Ghost finds a micro-sized chip in the head of the dinosaur. Skulls recognizes as a chip used for clones, and they would use it to keep the animal under control. Ghost is able to get the group some coconuts, and she is able to get Doc the head of the raptor so he can inspect the chip later. Back in the jungle, Octavia gets the door open and they find a bunch of other goodies and 2 sets of keys. So they get the power back on in the security room and to the welcome center. She then fixes the Jeep and sends Amori off to find the others and bring them back, while her and Stillus gets the place ready for him. Amori gets to the bunker, gets the others in the vehicle. Vision takes the wheel while Ghost takes the AR-15. Just as they begin to take off, they can hear something large moving towards them, and when it breaks through the tree coverage, it stands about 8 to 10 feet tall with a very long head. Vision stomps on the gas and takes off just as the creature tries to take a bite. The creature begins to give chase, and as Ghost goes to take a shot, she sees 3 dots, red dots, appear on his head, and then an explosion as the character's head is pretty much shot off. She then hears a loud roar and questions if dinosaurs are shooting each other. She tracks the projection of the shot, and for a brief moment, she sees something blur, and then it's gone. And that's where our cliffhanger ends.
Bum bum bum.
Bum bum bum. What am I rolling for? Is it a 10?
XP. Yeah, just a D10.
Yeah. 7.
Ooh.
So 7 was it? So that's 70 IP.
Mm-hmm. Last time it was 20 IP. So,
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
By the way, I got one of the nice numbers. I got 420.
Nice.
Okay, so with the recap out of the way, everybody has pulled up and hastily gone inside the Welcome Center. If you guys can see the map that I have, that is to give you kind of a visual of what everybody is doing. Let me get larger. Can I make it larger? Come on. And pull that back down. Do it again. Okay. So it was viewing it, but not giving me what I wanted. So I'm going to try and do this.
hand over the lens. No.
There we go. Now I can zoom in. You guys can see it. Okay. It was just giving me a still shot when I was doing it before. So there you go. I've given you kind of locations where you guys have started, so you guys have visuals. You can see just what is what. There's the burnt out bunker. You can kind of see my cursor on there too. That's where the players started. That's the dock area that you guys washed ashore at. There is the welcome center right there in the very middle of the picture. So that is where you guys are at right now. So for those of you just joining us, as a recap, they are in... Diminutive Demon is saying, who needs a reroll? I would honestly just say, choose somebody and redeem some points. Nobody's going to say no.
Yeah, nobody's going to say no.
I have one.
I don't know who has what or who needs what. So anyways, so back
I
in
only have
character.
one.
The facility itself is looks like, you know, things may have rampaged through here at one point in time. It is a welcome center, very reminiscent of what you might find in the very first Jurassic Park film, but more like what would have happened afterwards. So there's overgrowth of plants. There are, you know, tables that have been unturned. There's, you know, a bit of disarray and mess around the building. You guys have pulled up in that roundabout real quick with the vehicle. So Callie, you now have a reroll. Sure, mark that down. We need to do an audio check with you real quick. Can we make sure we can hear you?
You're muted, Callie.
I know. I was getting my character sheet.
Okay, no worries. Just want to make sure we can hear you. So, okay, cool. So I will let you guys take it from there. If you guys want to explain to the others in character what where you're at and what is going on, I'll go ahead and take it away. But all of you are there now at the visiting center.
Did we heal?
That is a great question, and considering it is the same day, no.
Oh, all right.
So I have a question for Justin. Is Stolas going to stay in the security room to continue watching the cameras, or is he going to go out or what's he going to do?
I believe he was told to stay in the security room, so that's what he does.
Okay. So she will go out then to greet the others. And okay. So Octavia goes out when they get in. And she'll let Amori and Doc know that she has set up, as best as she can, a little medical area where they found the medical supplies. And Doc and the wounded can head that way, and Maury can show them where it's at. She's going to take the Jeep into the garage and close the door to keep their only working vehicle safe.
Okay.
Excellent. So we get everyone situated, and the list of things is posted in the chat. So I'm suggesting that Skulls, if you haven't looked at it, you might want to take a quick peek, and so that'll tell you what you have to work with.
Yep, I've got it.
And other than that, Ghost has got the crowd stopper. All the rest of us have our other little toys. It's probably time to let things simmer down for a bit and tend to the wounded and see who's really mobile and who isn't. So I'll let Doc do his thing for a bit and wait to hear back on what else is there.
And then Octavia's going to search out for Amori again. And Amori, we really should. I got Stolas watching the cameras right now, but we should set up a schedule until we can get this place secure and no creatures are going to climb in and scare us. We need somebody on the cameras, but we also need somebody doing a patrol. So how do you want to do this?
Well, I'm not real fond of the patrol idea because there's only one weapon capable of stopping the small predators. Nothing we've got is going to stop a large one. Not a thing.
Well, I'm more worried about the little ones the smaller ones.
The smaller ones, I mean, we're inside, A, and B, there's no reason to go outside till I have a better feel for what the condition of the crew is. I'm kind of really unhappy. It's pretty obvious we got shopped. We got conned on this job.
Yeah.
We had 3 people that weren't in the scouting group that got drugged and hauled into this. In order to do that, someone had to know all of our habits.
Yeah, I agree.
There's nothing that by chance by that, which means this is a sucker punch and we're expendable.
Also, that whatever or whomever shot the giant dinosaur that was chasing us is also a problem. Probably a good reason not to control.
What giant dinosaur?
Oh,
she's going to look at Amori and she's going to look at Ghost back and forth.
Whatever it's called, with the big teeth and the small arms, was chasing us. Then something put a laser sight on it and blew a hole through its head. And then camouflaged and left.
So there's other people on the island?
I guess.
I don't know if that's good or if that's bad.
I'm not assuming it's inherently alive, considering what we're dealing with.
Well, it could be another biochip controlled. Oh yeah, she did carry in a head, and so she set it down like near the lobby, a dinosaur head.
Yeah, and Octavia, of course, is going to back up a couple feet because she's never seen anything like that. So and oh my,
it's got a chip in it, so something for you and Doc to play with in your spare time.
Yeah, it's like somehow the computers control this thing.
At a distance, she's just gonna kind of look at it.
You can have
Okay.
Doc pry it out or cut it out.
Sure.
So anyhow, so technically, I suppose you could say we're not alone. However, anyone who's got weapons that drop speeding dinosaurs in their tracks from about 100 yards doesn't probably need us a whole lot.
Well, and it could also be part of the program. So it's not like it's one of us. It's going to be controlled by whatever this is.
Yeah. The eye in the sky. Jerome,
Mhm.
I have a question. How many cameras are actually working do we have like a 360 or a 180?
No, there's only 3 cameras. One of the front of the visitor center, so it would show the passengers all coming up. Another one that overlooks the cafeteria, so you've got eyes on that, and then one that actually looks out over what is marked as the whoops, get that pulled over there. I don't like using my whole screen because then it shows everything I'm doing, and
Yeah.
that's no bueno, but is what it is.
DM notes.
It is a pterodon habitat.
Oh,
Okay.
joy.
So are there other screens that are blacked out?
Oh yeah,
So
you've got a total of
she could
12. So there's
So she could
there's 3
possibly
that are
find
working.
these others and try to see if she can fix them and get them going.
You could absolutely take a look at that. Yes.
Okay, thank you. That's all I want to know.
But in answer to your question about security, me and Ghost will spend most of our time, walking around, taking a look at things. I'd prefer for her to stay here simply because she has the big gun and this is where most of the people will be. And so,
I can perch up top. I mean, I have good long range vision.
yeah. So that's the preference at this point. The sole crowd stopper, so to speak, really need to stay with where most of the people are. I have a pistol. It's good for small things. Granted, they'll get close before I shoot, but that's just
Yeah,
the way it is.
I have the shotgun, but only 3 of the 12 cameras are working, and so I would like to try and find where the other cameras are and see if they're savable, and see if I can get them working again, just so we have a little bit more eyes around us. Because right now it looks like
There's some holes in the coverage, yes.
some I don't know what it is. Um, it's just really green. It looks like I don't know what it looks like. But then there's some kind of lunchroom area, and then of course the front part of this building.
Yeah. So, in any case, so vision, you're relatively intact as well.
I am indeed. I got some
There's
wounds, and but I'll be fine.
Okay.
So you want to go with me?
Do you want to escort the tech around while she hunts for camera parts?
Sure, I can do that.
All right.
Okay, so that's what they'll do. Well, Doc does the rest of them.
Okay.
And yes, Stolas is just jamming out to the music in his own head. But he is paying attention to the cameras.
Sure. Stolas, why don't you give me an intelligence and awareness notice check?
Oh.
Okay.
There we go.
15.
15, okay. So, as you are sitting and losing yourself to your inner soundtrack, and watching the 3 cameras that are on, which isn't exciting at all. In fact, the only one that really gives you anything at all is occasionally you'll see like a tropical bird or something with the one that was watching the pterodon habitat. Nothing that resembles a dinosaur. Just occasionally you'll see like a bird fly across within view.
Chicken go cluck cluck, cow go moo.
Piggy go oink oink. How about you? I want to be a birdie too. Yes, that's Kung Pao Enter the Fist.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So, anyways, as you're looking around, you end up seeing that here in the security center, they actually also have the loudspeakers and like control to speak down into the building. And with that, there is also a stereo.
Oh
Can you
no!
guys hear me?
Oh no.
Yeah, so you guys hear a squelch, and then kind of like a really bassy sound of like, "Can you hear me?"
Thumbs up
Octavia
if
is
you can hear me.
She's going to stop. Was that Stolas?
Yeah.
And you
Yeah,
guys
that
can
was
all hear that.
Yeah, that was him. What? I guess this place has a loudspeaker.
Yeah, and Mary May's like looking around. She's just like, I don't get any of this. What in the world? Like, how is he talking so loudly?
Jules Verne. Jules Verne. There you go. Oh no, he can't hear them. Never mind.
Right.
Yeah, Mary May, it's technology. I'm telling you, we're not in the time you think we are. I know that's hard to comprehend, but yeah, sounds like Stolas has access to a loudspeaker somewhere. That's great.
Does the radio actually work?
Stereo, you mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry, stereo.
Yeah. Do you turn it on?
I try to.
Okay. So you click it. It warms up just a touch. You see the digital analog, kind of click on real quick. And then all of a sudden you guys start hearing Lisa Stansfield play softly on the speakers. Been around the world and I ain't found my baby.
She's going to look at
Either
Vision.
give me a thumbs up or I'm going to sing along.
Well, yeah, you get Octavia just kind of looking around randomly, just like giving a thumbs down.
I'll turn off the music. I'll be right back, guys.
Okay. So he clicks it off, and Octavia, why don't you go ahead and look and give me an intelligence and awareness notice check.
Okay.
So what are we looking for, Octavia?
I'm looking for cameras.
All right.
So if you can help me look around.
Sure.
The ones that I've seen that are working have a light on them. So if they have a light, they're working. If they don't have a light, they're not working. And those are the ones I'm wanting to get a hold of. Ooh, a 10.
All right.
So 16.
Ooh, 16.
Okay, so you two are kind of walking around the building, examining it, looking for the cameras. You find the remains of all the cameras.
I had a 29, so yeah, we found everything.
Damn. I didn't need to roll.
No, I'm just saying, yeah, between the two of you, you found the remains of the other cameras. Needless to say, they don't have a light to actually turn on.
Okay.
They're shattered in pieces, I imagine.
Oh yeah, just like they may have like one or two big hunks here or there, but I mean some of them even look like they've been smashed. or stepped on, so there's like, 2/3 flat as a pancake sort of thing. Others look like they probably took fall damage, and got broken up or kicked around or something. So I mean, there's a lot of wear and tear, and the building itself, looks like it's taken some weathering and damage too. It's entirely possible that when everything, because you guys heard the story about what happened here with the people that tried to hole up and survive, it's entirely possible that one or more of the creatures that reside in this park tried to get into this building, and that's why some of the cameras
Great.
are down.
So they don't look like that they are repairable.
Oh, shucks.
Yeah. Well, that sucks. So there goes that idea.
Can we make a camera out of the different parts?
I don't know, because I think you kind of need other stuff, and
Yeah. Alright.
but she is going to take some parts, like the mechanics of the cameras that are not all broken up. She will take those with her,
Sure.
just
So
in case she needs them for something.
So you have 3 cameras that that are in various states of decay and broken up that you can pull from.
Okay, so 3.
And they're the type of cameras. They're not just like the little balls that you would see. They're the ones that are the actual like box type configuration.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured.
They look a little bit older and probably moved with a swivel. So just to give you kind of a visual what they look like.
With the little circles. Yep.
Brittany, I sent you a message.
Okay, so they'll gather that up, and we should head back to the others. I don't want to be exposed longer than we have to be.
All right, let's go.
And maybe look for ways that we can, I don't know, fortify this place better on our way back.
Well, are there any windows?
Yep.
Windows. Well, we're gonna need to board up all the windows. Is there a skylight?
In the main room?
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know what we can do about the skylight, but we can start boarding up these windows.
Yeah, we need to find a section of this building that doesn't have the skylights and doesn't have all the windows, maybe more towards the center.
Good thinking. Yeah.
But we still have access to the food and the security cameras. I don't know. We'll talk to Maury when we get back. Let's just get back to the others.
Okay, so just so you guys have a visual, I'm going to put that up in the Cyberpunk chat of what the outside of the building looks like. You know what? Stinking piece of shoe. Okay, let me save the picture here real quick and then do that again. Come on. Pull up. There we go. Boink.
Haha. Yes.
So that is what the front outside of the building looks like. And I will actually, now that I'm thinking about it, let me give you a visual of the main hall. So you understand what it is you're looking at there. That's not what I want.
That's the windows.
There we go. Boink.
Yeah.
So you can certainly try to board stuff up. Keep in mind, in the back of the hall there, those aren't windows. That's a display. But the top and obviously the light, those are all windows.
Okay.
You could certainly try. You do have all of those tables in the lunchroom that you could draw from as material ultimately to try and board stuff up. You, however, do not have anything like hammer and nails, so you would have to find a way to prop it up
Yeah.
using some ingenuity.
Yep.
If they went hunting, would they be able to find a maintenance shed or something?
I don't know. Do you want to talk to the rest of the group about that?
Yeah. When the time comes, yeah.
Sure.
Okay, so they're gonna just make their way back. So, rest of you can, while we're making our way back.
So Skulls is gonna see about looking over the team, see what he can do, even though he's kind of still in a bad state. He'll see if anybody needs extra healing.
Nobody at this point needs anything else per se. You do have enough bandages, however, to properly dress everybody's wounds, so that would definitely help. I'm not going to make you roll for it. That's, you guys have already done what you could to try and stop the bleeding.
Yeah.
This would just help keep it clean. So you're just taking those precautions. And so anybody at this point who has received injuries, you do have clean bandages on at this point, which you did not have before.
Nice.
Does that give us any points back?
No, but it will prevent you from getting infection.
Fine.
And there's food.
My
Almost out of
damage is
serious.
healed now.
Okay. So we get everyone back. And Octavia has a suggestion about looking for things to use and boarding this place up. The question comes in, Jerome, really, how defensible is this to anything other than small animals?
Small animals would actually be the things you'd have to worry about the most. Big animals really couldn't get in here. Anything larger than a velociraptor or whatnot would actually be hard pressed to fit.
That's what I thought. So
raptors could get in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're only about 8 feet.
That's what. Yeah. So that's what we gotta guard ourselves from because they're pretty vicious.
Well, depends. Are they real raptors or are they movie raptors? Because real raptors are tiny. They're small. Movie raptors, we're gonna have a problem.
Well, the ones that attacked Sam and Vision.
For those human
that head over there.
It was this big.
That
Oh,
thing.
yeah. Those things.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So-
movie raptors.
Movie raptors. Yep.
Doorway still has the door on it?
Yeah. It's a little banged up, but yeah, it's there. It still freely opens and everything. And you can tell that they tried to block it off at one point in time. So you have some remains of broken trash and whatnot that was previously blockaded up that you can also utilize for that as well, if need be.
Okay.
Wait, do we have an objective here? Did we get a
Oh, yes,
story
you do.
quest?
The objective was to determine if this was functional or not. It's been well demonstrated that it's functional, and getting back out is to relay that information is probably primary. My bitch at this point is I feel very much like the group got shopped.
Right. I mean, remember last time we had to follow some sort of thing to get out of wherever we were? Like, is there a
Yeah.
We gotta find
Bird
and
has
destroy
talked to us yet?
Julius.
Yeah, I was gonna say it has been a while, but it should be in your guys' notes.
Yeah.
I was not
We
there for it.
gotta-
Ghost was
Skills.
passed out for it, so I'm
Right.
asking in character.
Skulls,
Yeah.
speaks up and he's like, "We gotta go destroy Julius. He's the one who runs things in this area, and then get the world shard because that's what Mother needs." But we got to get
And-
Julius before we can get that.
Is
Do you
Julius
know where
like
he is or what he looks
the other
like?
guy?
Julius is the AI for this section.
Yep.
And in case any of you have forgotten, this island is all by itself. There's nowhere else to go. There's no other adjacent island. The Dino Islands are all hundreds of miles away from anything that would allow the dinosaurs to
Be right
swim
back. Go
or
ahead and
fly
continue.
away.
Wait. So now we're working for Mother?
Oh, well, inadvertently, we seem to have triggered a survival response in the first sympathetic segment, who has decided that we kind of look like its way to primacy. And so
Okay.
it's like, as long as I can go, it wasn't me, when we get reassembled, this looks like a tool I can spin to my use. And yeah, I'm not real thrilled with that, but
And
I need to
Y'all
get
are
my
not in
team
this-
out of this zoo to
Y'all are
places
still
where they
didn't you
can
outside,
say
right?
that Julius wants us dead as well?
Well, Julius is the killer AI in the segments.
You're the one that's controlling all the brain chips, I'm guessing.
Probably. We've only seen the one. What the other creature is and why it took out the dinosaur, it looks like there's another party here.
Wait,
But
how do you
once
know
it-
that wasn't Julius?
Why
Why
would
would he
Because
shoot
Julius
his
Julius
own
save
wants us
us?
thing?
dead.
Yeah, why would Julius save us? That doesn't.
there's no reason for him to save us.
Yeah.
None. Julius is, even the other AIs go, he kills humans. He hates them.
Yep.
It's been told to us on at least 3 different
Okay.
occasions by the caretaker.
Unless he wants to kill us in a certain way. But I don't know, then he should just
So-
let us eat the dinosaur eat us. So I don't know.
What are the odds this other thing is friendly?
I'm not going to put any money down that anything on this island is friendly.
I'd
Well,
I'm
say
gonna
so.
guess nothing is friendly.
Yeah.
I mean,
Real quick.
But I-
it didn't have to shoot that dinosaur, and it was specifically coming after us. So
There
I-
could be.
He could have an alternative motive. Just,
I-
I'm not going to trust anything on this island, except for the ones who are in this room, plus Stolas in the other room. Well,
It's
kind of Stolas in
possible.
the other room.
It's possible, considering the way some of us were brought here, that we're not the only unwilling version sitting here. And if you've been around a long time without any company, and suddenly there's a group of newcomers here, but they're being chased and obviously at a disadvantage, you might want to delay their immediate death and see if they don't provide you with a way to get out of this cesspool.
Maybe, but I think our attention should be less on this individual or thing, and more on our own safety. And we figure out how to fortify ourselves in here, so that we don't become something's next meal. On the camera, I did see a bunch of tables in one of the rooms. There's also food in that kitchen, which I am sure you guys are hungry. I know I am. So
we can't just
should
stay here if we're hunting someone down or something.
no, but we also need a place that we can sleep, regather, and stay safe.
yeah, we don't know how long this is going to take, unfortunately, because where is he? How do we even start looking?
And
for
this
him?
isn't like the other one where we can just hide behind some rocks. These things, the cowboys, they just shot at you. These things eat you. Cowboys didn't eat you, and neither did the horses.
But at least
also
they
curious
don't
as
have
why-
arrows.
The AI hasn't just sent every single dinosaur at us right now, if it knows we're here.
Does it
That's
know
a
we're here?
valid point, but I'm going by what we've seen. It raises the question of how many of the controllable ones are still left.
Oh, you think they bred on their own?
Of Of course they bred on their own. There weren't humans here to put the chips in. There weren't humans here to herd them into where they could be treated in any way. So the computers had to make do with what they had. And, it's not like Johnny the dinosaur isn't doing anything than operating on instinct. And the computer's
And
going to be like, how much interference
how
is
would
it
they
going to do?
breed?
I mean,
I'm
do they
sure
have,
I don't want to know. It's a picture that I'm not sure I want to have.
Probably like
No,
normal
they-
animals do.
When a mommy dinosaur and a daddy dinosaur love each other very much.
But if this is a computer simulation, why would they simulate that? Why don't they just copy
Yeah.
paste?
Because I think it's
I mean-
animatronics, and I think this is actually real life. With a biochip like that, from what Doc was saying he's seen, then these are. I look at like Mary May, I'm like, she could be a real person that's literally been living in here, like some sort of weird biodome.
What's even worse is if she's an original, she's a chipped real person.
Wait, how long has this place been shut down?
Over 2 decades.
20 years? I look at her. How old are you, Mary May?
I'm sorry. Before I answer that, Sam, you had a question?
yeah, when we were in the Old West, did we see any children or babies?
Great question. For ambiance sake, yes, you did. It wasn't something I specifically stated, but yes, there would be, because there was actually, I think thinking back, I did state that there was a school in town. I seem to recall stating that. So yes, there was.
Okay.
And y'all are having this conversation outside, right?
No, we're inside
No,
in the
we're-
building.
Yep.
We're in the
Okay.
yeah, we're not too far from you.
We're like out in the
We're in
hallway.
the medical area.
Well, your voices carry anyways,
Yeah.
since there's not a lot here in it, so it wouldn't be hard for you to peek your head out the security door or the security room and hear any of this going on.
Should we move to the security room so you could talk with Stolas?
Yeah.
That's an excellent thought.
I mean, it doesn't much matter where
Wanna
I'm
check?
lying down.
Do our comms
so-
still work? I want to check my subdermal comm.
Yeah,
You still have radio?
you hear squeaks and not picking up anything.
I'm gonna go upstairs real quick and just scope it out, and then I'll be right back down. I'm gonna go to the second floor where those windows are.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep an eye out using my telescopic sight with the rifle.
Sure.
Just keep a lookout for now.
Okay.
Okay. So anyhow, continuing the conversation, it appears that reality has invaded our little speculation.
Oh, you were asking Mary May how old she is.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Mary
Oh,
May, she says she's about 23.
It's a ripe
It
old
may not be
maid.
chipped.
Too bad we didn't have a scanner. We could scan for a chip on her. I wonder if I could build something
And
like
she
that.
just like looking around, and she says, "Well, that's Doc. I don't have any chips. I don't gamble."
Not that type of chip, Mary May. I know it's all confusing, but she's talking about some other technology that would.
Yeah, and and Octavia
She
kind
just
of
scoffs and folds her arms and leans against a wall, looking away, just confused and trying to tune stuff out.
So-
Octavia tunes out too because she's thinking about making a scanner. So
So
her
is
head's
this
going.
is this like a real place then, or is this a dream?
It's an excellent question. For quite a bit of time, we've wanted to say it was a dream. However, with the advent of a chipped dinosaur into the process, and with the knowledge that originally we were told that this place was at least partially real. So
we're going with the answer that they managed to biologically engineer dinosaurs?
I'm not going to say they did it because that's a piece of knowledge we don't have. However, we were told what they were doing was a full generation ahead of everyone else at that time.
Yeah.
Well,
At
you
that
know, it would have been easy to knock us all out. They could have gassed the tunnel that we were in, knocked us out. We wouldn't have remembered anything, and then dumped us on the beach. If she's got a chip in her head, it would have been easy to program that chip to make her remember us being on a ship and being shipwrecked, because none of us would remember it. But if she has a chip, she would, of course, remember it that way.
I'm
So this could be a real place, and they could have dumped us on a real island.
While she's talking, Skulls kind of looks around and then walks over to Fission,
Yeah.
and then goes, "I need to check your scalp. Do you mind if I check your scalp? Just to, let me and he like kind of grabs your head and like kind of just angles you forward, and he starts looking around like he's kind of grooming you or something. But what he's actually doing is he's looking for any possible like surgical like cuts that have been healed or fixed or something
Sure.
that would indicate surgery's been done.
Sure. You know what else would indicate surgery?
Hmm.
When the spark goes off. Then he's ready for surgery. Surgery. Yep. So. So that little blue vial. Anyways, so go ahead and roll your tech and med tech as you examine his cabeza.
Okay.
I was just thinking as you were doing that.
Wow.
As you were doing that, I was thinking that scene from Spies Like Us, which I don't know if anybody's seen that movie, but it's like at one point, this guy comes up and he's like, you know, touching the guy's head and examining it, and Chevy Chase is reading off in, I think it was Arabic or something like that. He's like, "Kama ala sawe," and the translation is, you know, "If you let me live, I will let you keep his head for soccer," or something like that.
Yes, I remember that. That was a good show.
24.
Okay, yeah, you don't see anything like that.
Okay.
He's got some sweat rings, you know, from, you know, how hostile the environment is here, but no, you don't see anything, which, given the fact that you guys have only been here, you know, as far as you are aware, a couple days, there would be evidence of that somewhere, even if it
Right,
was a thin
exactly.
cut.
Yeah. Okay. So then he lets go and goes, "Okay, sorry, I just had to see
Do
because
Do you think Mary May would have a scar?
I mean, well, we're going on the assumption that her and all of the residents of Blackwater are robots. So who cares about a chip? The chip is for organic things. Unless you guys are saying that you think that she and all the Blackwater people are actually people."
Well, there's one way to find out. Look and see if she has a scar on her scalp.
And with the prevailing theory that we're dealing with real cloned dinosaurs, a cloned human
And
being is not that far off from our imagination.
actually cloned human beings were
I
100%
mean, they got.
viable at the upper classes.
I mean, yeah, they got suits. I mean,
Yeah. Okay. Good points all around. Mary May, I need to check your scalp for a moment. Just a regular routine check.
She says, "I ain't no robot." Just
I,
looks away dejected.
Uh, Mary May, I know. Okay, so I'm sorry, you're not a robot, but I just want to make sure that you haven't been hurt or tampered with. You saw me just check my friend over there, Visions. I just want to make sure nothing's happened to you.
You checked him for a gambling chip in his head. I don't understand any of this.
No. Okay, when we say chip, it means a little device that you can give it commands and it processes information and it it does things. It's really strange. It's a very special machine that
Oc-
makes calculations.
And
And it could
Octavia is
connect
going to interrupt his explanation. She is going to walk over to the raptor. She's going to dig into the head and find that chip and rip it out to show her the chip.
Okay. So she was already reviled by the fact that you guys had the head, so you just rip it out like that. She hurls. And just like bruh, just it just hits the ground, and she's like looking away and trying to be as
Yeah, and
womanly as
getting all
possible,
the goo.
without not looking at this, because it's really disgusting.
I don't know many robots that can do that.
Yeah,
mean-
it's true. I mean, true. This
Mary
is
May?
this is what we're talking about, Mary May. A chip. We want to make sure this is not in your head.
Okay, you don't need to keep waving that around her. You see what just happened. You could put that away, please.
Okay, she'll put it on the table.
Actually, why don't you wrap it up in something and give it to Doc so that it's not destroyed by accident?
Okay, yeah, she'll get one of the bandages, whatever, and pack it.
If we could take that home with us, assuming that we physically return, assuming this isn't just an elaborate brain dance, I bet Syntax would really like to see that thing.
Oh yeah, I bet she would.
Roy just kind of raises an eyebrow and goes, "Yeah, provided I don't try and ace all those people."
That too.
Yeah.
Maybe you should take her in the other room, Doc, and check her out.
All right, Mary
Away
May.
from the head.
Can I at least check reflexes and whatnot? Like, I gotta make sure that you're okay. You're the one person I haven't checked. Everyone else has been injured.
She's like looking at herself, and she says, "Well, I ain't been injured. I don't need you checking up on me. And last time we played, you doing checkup, it led to other things, and that's not appropriate right now."
Oh my!
Wow. Okay, Doc.
Oh, Roy goes, "Wow."
That's kind of TMI.
Playing doctor.
Next thing you know, it'll be mailbox. All right.
All right, fine.
Have you graduated to house yet?
And then Roy stops and thinks about it for a second and goes, "Man, I didn't say anything, Doc. I apologize." Turns around and looks at Ghost. What was I thinking? And just, nope.
Mary May, why are you resisting having Doc just check you out?
They walked out of the room.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. Oh, okay, good.
Hopefully he finds a private room where, he can practice dropping letters again.
Oh my God, no, please don't take me there. I really would rather not go there.
So, interesting speculation. But, so Doc, are people about as good as they're going to get?
And before heading into the room, he goes, "Yeah, I got everybody rebandaged, myself included, so that should at least abate infections, anything like that. Makes the healing process a little better. But not much else I can do. But you guys got a great haul with all that stuff. If I need to do surgery on somebody, I could probably do it."
Okay, excellent. All right.
Somebody hungry? I know after ripping
Yeah,
the dino head open, but I mean, is anybody hungry?
I could eat.
I think everybody needs to take a couple minutes and chow down for a bit.
Yeah, let's go find out if they have running water here so I can wash my hands.
Okay. So, Skulls, So you walk out of the room, and she actually walks like several feet away from you as you guys exit, with that very stiff, flat-footed, not happy, probably with you,
Right. Of
sort
course,
of
yeah.
walk.
Mary May, hold on a second. Look, I'm sorry about what was said in there, but you've got to understand. I am trying to help everybody, you included, get out of here. And all the information we can get is only going to help us understand what's going on in the first place.
And so, and you know, she says, "Well, I don't appreciate everybody treating me like I'm dumb. You're all talking strange, and anybody hearing that strange talk is going to be befuddled. Yes, I read."
Uh, I'm sure you do read, Murray May. We're not trying to say that you're dumb or something. It's just the information that we have, it's different from what you're used to. In Blackwater, they don't have the things that we have. Like our lives far different from your life. We're just used to that. So when
Well,
we're
you're
talking
from the
about
East
machines,
Coast. I know. It's more
no,
sophisticated out there.
no, Mary Man, that's what I'm trying to tell you. And he puts his foot down and he's like, I'm trying to tell you, Mary May, it's not right. Here, now don't faint. He did this before, and he kind of walks up, trying to make sure that she doesn't like skitter away. And he goes over and he like kind of picks up her hand, and he like lowers his son's right, yeah. So he lowers his right sleeve, where he's got an interface plug in his wrist, and he puts her hand on the plug and goes, "There, you see, it's real. It's a real thing. Technology in my body, just like what you saw on my friend Ghost."
Okay, I mean, so she looks at that and she says, "Well, Doc, you should get that looked at. That just don't look healthy. Is that like cancerous or something?"
No, it's a piece of technology where it can plug machines in,
Like she
and
takes her finger and starts scraping on it and whatnot. She's like, "You need to moisturize. Look at that."
it's metal and plastic. It's not a scab or a growth. It's technology. There's another way I could show you, but
Oh,
that would
you
be
gonna go
very
grab some dragon head and yank something out of it too?
no. I could anesthetize a part of your arm, make an incision, and show you what's inside your arm, and show you what you are to prove it.
And she's like, "You want to cut me? Doc,
It'd be
what
very
in the
small.
world has happened to you?"
If you're not going to believe me, Mary May, quite honestly, what are you doing here?
"Well, I thought I was following you because I love you. Now you want to cut into me, and you got this thing, and your friends are doing just all kinds of wrong stuff with corpses, and ugh."
Okay, it's gonna get worse before it gets better. So I've got to rip off this Band-Aid, Mary May. You shouldn't be
What in the
loving
world
me.
is a Band-Aid?
Yeah, exactly. This is going nowhere. Look, listen. There's no reason for you to love me. Okay? I am not Roscoe, whatever my name was supposed to be. My name is Noah Breton, and my friends call me Skulls. That time I was in Blackwater was the only time I've ever been in that place, and I've never been into an Old West town because the Old West was over a century ago. I have technology in my body. It's a completely different time. And I don't have a different way of explaining it to you. And I know you're probably programmed to just ignore all this and never believe me. But you know what? If you did love me, you'd believe what I'm telling you, and you'd give me a chance to prove it. But I guess you don't love me, do you?
Ooh, okay.
Manipulation.
So we need to make a roll here.
Way to gaslight. Robot.
Might want to take the screen down for a second.
Manipulation.
Yeah, we can see your screen, Jerome, still.
No, I know.
Straight to the emotional gaslighting. Bravo, my
Emotional
dude, bravo.
damage.
Emotional gaslight.
Instead
Okay,
of
so,
infatuation, it's manipulation.
Oof, yeah.
Doc's using his psych degree class that he took. Oh, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
You need to roll your cool and intimidation.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
Great. It's gonna be like.
Because you threw out the big, well, if you love me, well,
Yeah.
Smack, smack.
Right.
You're not supposed to ever play that card.
8.
You are if you're stuck in weird Jurassic Park land.
oh, bad.
She's
Oof.
gonna feed you to the raptors.
Oh,
I mean, I guess that is a footnote in the rules.
So basically, I mean, you threw that out there. You're getting kind of impassioned with what it is you're saying, and even after you got done saying it, yeah, that probably wasn't the right thing to say. You're just like, I mean, just immediately you're wanting to reel that last one back in. But you're just frustrated. There's dinosaurs. There's, Old West. It's like, there's only so much you can take before you're gonna crack. And she says, "Oh yeah, and she swipes the scalpel from you and just jams it right into her arm and pulls back. And she says, "See, look at that," and poof. And she just, it's like sticking out of her arm and bleeding, out and whatnot.
Jeez.
And
So,
and unfortunately, she went up and not across.
Okay. So yeah, there's going to be some blood there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then he's going to, get the knife out there, tear off a piece of his because he didn't bring in that stuff with him here. So tear off like a piece of his shirt and use that to kind of stem the bleeding a bit.
Okay.
And then pick her up to take her over to where he can actually fix her up.
Okay. Then just give me a tech and first aid.
Okay. Can I use medical tech on that?
No, actually you can't, and I'll explain in a second.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Does he have to roll his conscience?
Self-control.
That's a I don't know.
So
Is
can I
that
just
Sam
be
speaking
sitting there?
or Brittany?
Can I just be sitting there eating some pineapple chunks and watching Doc run across
No.
the room with her?
16.
Although we are
okay.
getting it on the illusionary vidcam.
So, you come. So you go to tie it off and whatnot, and you see it on the inside. I mean, it's bleeding, obviously.
Yeah.
But there is real skin over some sort of endoskeleton underneath. It looks very Terminator-like underneath.
Okay.
Which your first thought was like you almost wanted to pry it open to look at that, holy crap, that's cool. But then you're like, oh no.
Right. Oh shoot, no, wait. Okay. So then looking at that, can I surmise that the bleeding isn't actually going to affect her, or does it seem like there's a significant amount where something might be happening?
Hard to guess, but if the entire, if you look at it and the entire skeleton, or the internals, the skeleton and endoskeleton and whatnot, if that's all machine, there's only so much blood that's going to be housed in the skin, so it would likely affect the skin coloration and perhaps skin death. But it probably wouldn't harm the entity.
Okay. then he is going to let the bleeding happen, but still take her to a place where she can like lie down. He's going to like kind of clean the blood off as much as he can.
Okay. And so she starts to, finally wake back up, wherever you've taken her to at this point. Presumably not around the others.
Right.
So we'll say probably the manager's office that was there, their supervisor office. So you take her, lay her down on the desk or whatnot, and she just lays her hand up against her head, and then she starts like trying to get feeling. You can see her like trying to move her hand and whatnot, and she says, and she's just like, "See, Doc, look what you made me do."
Yes. You go right ahead and look at what I made you do. Take a close look at the wound, Mary May.
And she's like, "Is it bad? It doesn't feel good. Don't you have something that I can take for this, like laudanum or something?"
So he walks over and like grabs her arm and just kind of moves the wound in front of her, so that it's pretty much like she can't possibly not see it, and kind of like moves the skin just a tad so she can see what's underneath.
Okay. Okay, so those of you who are starting to get something to eat in the kitchen area, you all hear a blood-curdling scream.
Okay, well that's not good.
We run.
Yeah.
I run towards the scream.
I will follow
I
behind.
keep my eyes on the monitors.
With
Maury's
gun in
gonna
hand.
Sam's gonna go under the table.
Maury's gonna continue eating.
Can't maneuver that way.
So everybody starts running towards it. Sam jumps under the table.
I mean, in as much as I can jump under the table
Right.
at a critical 9.
Right. 9.
Maury's eating, and so
Stolas
Vision and I are the only ones
still in the security room, I guess, watching the monitors. So,
Hey, we could get attacked by dinosaurs at any point.
sure.
Fair point.
And when you
Comes
guys
down,
catch up
kill
to where
the downstairs.
Skulls is at, he's in the manager's like supervisory office, and a passed out Mary May is laying out on the table or on the desk.
So comes in with the shotgun ready to, thinking that she's gonna kill some dinosaur. What the hell did you do to her?
So I talked to her. I tried to get her to understand what was going on, and she took the scalpel out of my hand and jammed it into her arm because she didn't believe me when I said I could show her what was going on.
So she
passed
killed
out.
herself?
No. I brought her in here, and when she came to, I showed her, and then he goes over and he does like one of these to the group that's there at the door. And since she's passed out, he just kind of manipulates her arm, opens the wound just slightly to show the internal, endoskeleton.
Ooh.
Calcium.
She's a robot.
I was right. She's a freaking robot.
So she is a robot. It's confirmed. And now she saw that, and that's what you heard. Still hearing the ringing. Holy cow.
Did she like short circuit? Do I need to?
There's got to be something in her programming then that stops her from like self-realizing.
I mean,
I wonder if I could get into her robotic brain.
This stuff is so advanced. Have you ever dealt with something like that before?
Oh, come on, let me get in there, please.
Well, no.
She's like a thinking being right now, and she's helped us out.
That's really interesting because she can't be a modified human, otherwise she would go crazy.
Yeah.
Which means she has to be a robot.
So she's being controlled remotely.
No, she might be her own program.
So here's
I love
okay.
that idea. She's being controlled remotely. Have her scream right now. Pass out.
Yeah.
Because that makes absolute sense.
So he
Well,
said,
I mean,
I've
come
got
on,
him
come on,
now.
think about
Watch
it.
this.
yeah.
I mean, think about it. She said we were on a ship. She doesn't know where we were going, but we were on a ship. We were hit a storm. We were shipwrecked. We know we weren't on a ship. We know we were not shipwrecked. I am pretty sure we were gassed and placed on that beach.
She's just given
Somebody is
memories.
controlling her. I mean, somebody had to put that memory in her head.
Well, that
Well, they clearly put all memories that they need to in all of their heads, and that's why they all think they're those characters instead of machines, and they truly believe they're those characters. Because, yeah, she is terrified that she is like that, but she can see the technology, and it's not blocked. She can see our technology. She just couldn't comprehend really at all that it could have been future stuff, but kind of impossible to ignore what you just
So
But
saw there.
now it's more
how
likely we're in
so
some weird underground bunker playground
but
underdome.
how would she know about the shipwreck if it was all pre-programmed before? I mean, did they always planned on us coming to this island? I mean, was it all pre-planned?
It,
Well, like it's
And
a
we
resort, and people did this for fun and went from one section to the next. That's what they paid for.
and then Amori's
Yeah.
right. We've been bamboozled.
I mean, so being a robot, I mean, with other machines, you can either have it do things on its own to a degree, which obviously she can do. She can be completely autonomous. Could be possible that they just download new memories to her head whenever they want to, or they control her whenever they want, and she might not even remember it. Who knows?
Honestly, we don't know what kind of like computer is running this. Like it could be some weird, super fancy stuff
Man,
we've
I
never
would
even
like to get
heard
into
of.
her head.
so if she's the only robot that's been helping us, could this be like one of Mother's robots?
Well, of course she
It'd be
is.
the other guy, not Mother.
Yep.
It'd be what's his face?
Yep.
The really annoying butler looking dude.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
The one who's
Oh,
quote
you didn't meet
unquote
him,
the free agent.
right?
Yeah, it seems like all of the different shards that came off of Mother, they have themselves different personalities. We already knew that, but that means they're going to do things differently.
Oh
Like,
God, they're stuck within parameters of their programs. They need us to be able to get them to work outside of their programming. Right? It's like using a tank. I mean, I can't. My tank isn't gonna go make me breakfast. It doesn't know how to do it. Right? But if I got someone else to do it for me, then I got whatever. My analogies suck, but they need us because
No,
we have free will.
I get it. I
Yeah, I
Right?
actually surprisingly understood that.
yeah.
It's we're the free thinking element, and they're manipulating us to, I don't know, there's some weird computer war. God, it's like fucking high school. I can't believe. Oh, I don't know what high school
Maybe
is.
you should sew
It's like
that
being
up
on the
so
ships
she
again.
doesn't. Maybe you should sew that up so she doesn't freak out again.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll just let her believe what she believes. I mean,
yeah.
you're not going to be able to change the programming like that. I mean, that's like someone that doesn't work. I do have a robotic arm.
It'll be interesting to see how she reacts when she wakes up now.
Like, you
If
see if she
she
forgets
just-
the whole thing? Like,
Yeah,
weird PTSD? Huh.
yeah. Like reprograms again. I'm telling you, somebody is up there.
If we're not there, do you think all the people in the Western one are just shut down, standing around like weird statues? Ooh,
Well, I bet
that's
they are.
creepy.
Yeah.
Who knows?
God, we got to get out of here. I hate this place. Okay, let's go kill some dinosaurs and
So
find
you
this-
really didn't kill those Indians.
They're just
So,
robots. That's why I shot
I'm
the
gonna read-
deputy or sheriff.
To
I don't
remind
know, I shot
everyone about
somebody.
what we were told a long time ago when this started. That this was a playground And when we were sent, and when some of us came here to scout, let's phrase it properly, not all of us got here of their own free will at all, that it was primo tech, now even, more so at the time. So the comments about their capacity, we have no clue. That little creature over there that's in love with skulls, in quotes, that would pay for that truck that we have about 3 times over if we get it outside. Now the question comes in is, how low are your morals?
I just want it in her head.
Pretty low in your case. Got it. Okay.
Well, no, I mean, I just want I want in her head. I want to see how it's functioning. But if she's being controlled by somebody, maybe I can sever that control, and she can be autonomous, and maybe supposedly survive in our world.
Well, let me postulate something, just hypothetically. How many robots and androids do you know that have fail-safe backups for when control is lost? Almost all of them
Of
have
course.
fallback protocols for loss of communication.
I'm surprised she hasn't like gone back to Wild West land. Like it's interesting
Well,
that she's here with us.
Or
she's the tag
detonated.
along for Doc, and she's the remote connection to the original AI, which was friendly to us.
Ooh, I wonder if he can hear us through her.
I'm sure they
I just
can.
stare at her.
So while you guys
Yeah,
are
lean
just,
over.
Hear us.
so while you guys
Can
are
you hear us?
discussing that, Sam, as you were rummaging through the pile of stuff, you do end up finding that cell phone. The cell phone, however, lacks power.
Well, that's not helpful.
It is obvious, though, that you have power in this facility. You know, evidenced by the monitors that were on and the music that you heard and the disturbing
lights.
stolus voice, in your ear.
Disturbing Stolas voice.
Smart.
Is there like some kind of a charger around or
Yeah.
like wires?
Mm-hmm. You're gonna plug it into an outlet and wait because you're in the kitchen right now.
Yeah, I'll plug it in and see what happens.
Okay. So it takes a few moments, starts warming up, and then you hear "Beep-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo." Hello, Moto.
No.
Yeah, that's what my phone says.
I will open it up and begin poking around in the phone.
And it's got it like doesn't have a touch screen, like it's a kind of a flip open phone. It's got the rubber keys.
First, I'm gonna try and like swipe on its screen.
Okay. Yeah, that doesn't do
Like a
anything,
normal
but
phone.
okay, just like okay, well, that doesn't seem to be working.
But I mean, if there's like a keyboard thing, then
Yeah.
I would know how to use that.
Well, it doesn't have a keyboard. It's got the
Oh yeah, the like number.
yeah, the 10 digit.
keys.
Yep. which you've seen before, and you would be like, oh, that's that's old.
It's like my grandparents' phone. Well, I'll can I tell if there's like a signal?
Actually, there is one. Yeah. It has
How
one.
strong is the signal?
It has one bar.
Do our modern phones have the same type of like signal
No.
indicators?
Nope, they do not. I mean, for if it has a signal, yes, but it doesn't work off of the same network.
But I'm just thinking like would I recognize that for what it is?
I don't understand the question.
Would I understand that that's like a signal meter?
Yeah.
Is there like a previous calls
Yeah.
screen menu?
Mm-hmm. It takes you a bit to navigate it. You know, you have to like tap on, you know, one of the function buttons or something, get it to menu, push it over using the arrow key or whatever. And
Is there a date?
yeah. It was in use the year the facility went down. But there's only a couple of calls out on this, so it doesn't look like it had been used much. So it may have been like a backup phone or something.
Is it like a local number? Do we even have same type of number sort of thing?
Actually, no, you don't, because everything works off of the city net, which is what the big reason why your phones don't work when you get out of the city.
So I just see a bunch of numbers.
Yeah.
Random numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Do I even have any numbers memorized?
Probably.
Do we have like common numbers? I mean, so on our modern system, do we use phone numbers?
No.
Okay. I'm just gonna call the number that it used last.
Ouch.
Okay, so yeah, you just call the number and nothing picks up. You just get like a doo doo doo. Would I would say you probably have Alicia's number.
But if they don't have phone numbers, then
right.
How would I dial something that's not a phone number?
Because she would have one.
Okay.
What I'm getting at is some people still hold on to old tech for that very reason, because like they actually explore it in the update to Cyberpunk 2077. Like there is still some analog tech out there because it's darn near impossible.
Some people are hobbyists.
Well, not just hobbyists, because it's the most secure and hardest to hack because everything has kind of moved past it. Yep. You know, it would be like all of a sudden having not a ham radio, but it would be like having working telephone wire, and receiving a telegraph.
The U.S. government specifically has old lines that are held open because they cannot be tapped. It's a real thing. The lines to all of our allies are analog rather than digital.
I will dial the only number that I know.
Okay. So you put that in by memory, and there's a bit of a delay because the signal is poor. And then you hear something pick up, and you hear this hello, and it's kind of hazy and whatnot, crackly.
Hello?
Hello? Who is this?
My name is Sam.
And then you hear like something breaks up a second, and then it's because like someone's trying to say something to you, and then you hear like, "Oh my God, Sam!"
Alicia?
Yes.
Wow, this thing actually works. Who's paying the bill?
And she said, "Okay, well, don't worry about that right now. Okay, what's going on?"
I don't really know. We went on a mission, right?
Yeah, that's what. And she's having to repeat some of this because the signal again is not great. She says, but ultimately she says, "Yeah, Sin, I guess, helped you get a contract or something." But she says she hasn't heard from you guys in a week.
It's only been a week, huh? Okay. Um, I don't know how we're gonna get out of here. I don't even know where here is. Um, we're we're on an island, and there are dinosaurs,
And then she says, "Wait,
and it's a jungle, but they have coconuts at least. But I killed a dinosaur, but it got me pretty bad, and we don't really have a lot of medical supplies.
uh,
It's kind of rough.
Sam, are you high?"
I wish. Um, I don't know. Maybe you could ask Sin and the team if they could come look for us.
Okay. On an island with dinosaurs,
Mm-hmm.
you wouldn't happen to know any like actual landmarks we could look for?
Well, there was Blackwater, but then we went to Mexico,
But
and then
I'm sorry,
somehow
what?
I don't remember getting on the ship from there. Mexico was pretty. I mean, there was like a tunnel. Um,
You
I
you
I
you took a
really
nomad
I
tunnel to an island? Sam, are you okay?
um I'm not sure how to answer that question.
She says, "Okay, is this a landline or are you on some sort of old cell phone?"
Yeah, it's an old cell phone. It doesn't even have a touch screen.
Oh, honey. Yeah, it must be really old then. Okay. All right. And I guess this is your number. Keep it with you. Let it charge or whatever it is you need to do. Let me talk to Sin and come up with something. I guess. In the meantime, can you try and find some sort of landmark or something that tells you where you're at? That'll help
I
us like
mean, we
locate
can
you.
we can try.
The last
There's not a whole lot here. Well, we'll try.
Okay. I will try and call you back in a few minutes.
Okay. Cool. Man, it's so good to hear your voice.
She says, it's, honey, it's good to hear yours too. I was getting really, really worried.
Yeah. Okay. I need to tell the others. They don't know that I called. Maybe I should make sure that you're actually Alicia.
Oh,
Tell me
okay.
something that only you and I would know.
Oh, um, well, uh, you secretly have a thing for Dane.
Okay, stop, 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 stop. Just
That
not saying that
voice.
out loud.
She says, so is that good enough? Do I pass?
Okay, don't tell anybody.
Of course I'm not. I didn't even tell Dane.
Oh gosh. Okay. I need to talk to the others.
Okay. So you do that. Keep this phone nearby, and I'll call you back as soon as I know more.
Okay. See you soon.
Okay.
Maybe.
Press the N button.
She will look at it and then eventually find it.
Yep. Boop.
And
So
then she will put it on the like counter or whatever
Sure. And just
by
let
the
it charge.
yeah,
Okay.
and go back to where the others are.
before Mary May wakes up, Octavia wants to look for like a port to like hook her up to.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead and roll your tech and jury rig?
And no dinosaur attacks.
What's that?
No dinosaur attacks on the monitors.
On the 3 that you have, no. I mean, you occasionally see some wildlife, but
I'm worried about the dinosaurs, and since these guys seem to think the only thing I'm good for is snorting. And well, one other thing, but that comes with an appliance. And it probably has an app for it too.
Oh gosh.
Yep.
He's
So-
going to be dependable at least at one thing. He can watch 3 monitors.
okay.
There you go.
That'll work.
There's an app for everything these days.
So what do you
Jerome,
tell us, Sam?
has our luck
27.
So go ahead, Sam.
has our luck reset?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Okay.
Go ahead.
You want
Go
to
ahead.
take care of?
Sure. So Octavia,
first.
Right.
as you are looking around, you do find what appear to be some sort of custom locks around her head, but you don't know how to open them. It would require some sort of special tool or whatnot. And the way they sit, like you actually have to kind of push into the skin to know like where they're at and to kind of pull it open, sort of thing.
Okay, so
it's
she'll
not
show Doc.
it's not easy to find.
Yeah, so she'll show Doc where they're at, and so maybe if she goes back with us, we'll have to figure out how to get them open so that we can hook her up and maybe try and figure out how to take their control away from her.
Yeah.
If that's what and the whole idea of her being in love with you, maybe we can remove that as well. Unless you like her being in love with you, we can keep that there. I mean,
No.
you have an instant girlfriend.
Octavia, do you have any sort of computers?
No. But
Okay,
she's just,
so you would
she's
know that is way beyond your pay grade.
no. She's just yeah.
I'm just
Spitballing?
letting you know.
But there's
you
sin. But there is
specific-
sin. I know.
I'm just
I
saying
know.
you specifically programming
No,
is
she
not your
can't.
thing. So you have not even a prayer to dive into something like that.
I mean, she has electronics, but I didn't think that
No.
yeah, that worked. But there is sin. I mean, she's got a 2 in programming. She's just not experienced.
Yeah.
So
I mean that
I mean,
was
there's
all
always
a part of the
sin.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess it's not something that we can fix
I mean,
or
do you want
figure
to
out
take
right
her
now.
back, or do you want to just leave her here?
Well, I mean, we probably should, because at the very least, we'd be getting something out of this deal. I mean, Amore's got a point. She's not a
But
real person.
if we give her to sin, sin is going to want to really exploit the technology.
Well, we, you know, I mean, it's not like I'm her keeper or anything. She loves a character that happens to look like me, and it's clearly not actually me. I don't know.
And
So
she could bring us in quite a bit of money. I know that's callous, but we could use the funds.
yeah.
Who's to say that she even wants to come back? What if she wants to stay here?
She wants to be with Doc.
Well, who knows what she wants
She's
now
a
after
Yeah.
what she just
robot.
went through? But
Yeah.
Robot.
She's
Yeah.
probably gonna do whatever her programming is telling her to do. So
yeah,
her programming is probably telling her to go back to Blackwater.
and that's just it. You know, like she really, really plays the human part well. I mean, they did a great job. I don't know how detailed they got it, but boy, it's realistic. But you know, still
Yeah, they even
not a
got the
person.
annoying part down really good.
Do you think they
Have
copied
I-
somebody's brain and then made it into programming? Ew. It could be anything.
Have I made it
Who
into the
knows?
room yet?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So nobody was being attacked?
No, she cut her arm open. You want to see?
Oh, look, she's a robot.
What? What? Are
Hey,
you
look.
sure?
We were
Yeah,
right.
look.
We were right.
Well, I mean, that doesn't look like any cyberware I'm familiar with, but
No, she's
they
like a
have different
legit
kinds of cyberware.
robot, not a person with
How can
augmentation.
you
Like,
tell?
because look at that. There's no way.
And he takes like Sam's shoulder and kind of walks her over and has her feel the nodes or whatever, the locking mechanisms that were just shown to him. Like, you feel those behind her scalp? Yeah, that's not normal cyberware work. That's locks,
Ooh.
ports, proprietary hardware.
So you broke her?
No.
Maybe.
Well, it depends on how good her programming is, I guess, to be honest, which seems pretty good as far as the acts like a person part, but who knows? We aren't going to know anything until she wakes back up.
Okay, so in the meantime, I was going through that old junk that you guys collected, and I plugged in that old cell phone, and I made a phone call
Oh,
to Phoenix.
Great!
what?
Who'd you call?
My sister, who knows syntax. It turns out that we have been incommunicado for a week, and they are starting to get kind of worried.
Okay,
They
so
want to know where we are.
Good.
And I
I
tried
want to know where
to
we are too.
explain, but obviously it wasn't very helpful. She's calling syntax and the others, but we need to figure out if there's some kind of like coordinates or something, because they don't know really where to start looking.
Well, we had a general area that we were going to go search.
Yeah, didn't we have like the coordinates
To go look, yeah,
and
the
give
area,
those
but
to syntax?
I don't remember even leaving.
Yeah, me neither.
Right.
So they should have some sort of idea, like, because we said, oh, we're going to go search this area here, I think.
Maybe we don't want them to do that. What if the same thing happens to them?
I
Like,
mean, that
what
would
got
be-
us?
obviously
I
that would
do
be
not
bad.
remember any of that.
Okay,
They wiped their short-term memory of that.
She can point a giant radio thing at us. In a
That's
general
what I was
direction. Then
thinking.
maybe
What if we? Yeah.
be Wi-Fi? No, this probably is all lined in. I
No,
don't know.
no. I think we need to not get so sophisticated. But if we could
Drop an
we
EMP
could-
bomb on this place? That'd be great.
If we could shoot like a flare high enough. No, we're probably under the mountain,
No.
right?
Yeah, I think we're
No.
inside somewhere. Like,
How does it feel like sunlight under the mountain?
we
really good TV screens? Hook up.
we need to get a signal out, like a radio signal out.
How do you do that?
With a lot of help.
Antenna? Well, I mean, if we find this thing guy AI that we're supposed to go find and take out, then we should have access. If we're taking out an AI, we should have access to a computer, right? Because it's a computer that we're trying to destroy. So,
Mainframe.
yeah.
There's got to be like a behind the curtain, you know, where all the
Yeah.
yeah.
And then
So
we
if
might be able to get a signal out.
If I were a sociopathic shard of an AI personality who hates humans but has control of a bunch of dinosaurs with chips in their heads, where would I be hanging out? In fact, if I'm an AI, am I even in a body or am I in a computer somewhere instead?
You think there might be like a maintenance building or like a computer room?
There's got to be something, right?
Maybe.
Has anybody seen like a map? Do they have like any maps of this island anywhere?
I keep trying to scroll the map that's on the screen.
I know, me too.
Center, they probably have something.
I'm assuming that
Yeah.
that part that we actually recovered, what's on the screen.
Brochure.
Close, yeah. I mean, yeah.
I mean, we would there would be a map on the brochure, right?
There would be a basic map, yes. Not
Right.
with like a bunch of highlights for important buildings, but
Yeah.
there is a computer in the security room because, you know, Stolas is using it, watching the cameras.
Okay, so we can pull up a map of the park itself.
See if the computer actually connects to the actual computer. Is that a thing?
Well,
Do
if
you
it's
think-
a park, probably because you wouldn't want to break the immersion, right?
Do you
Right
think
now,
they
it'd be
could
really
trace
nice
that
to have
cell phone?
Syntex here.
I'm sorry,
Do you
Sam.
think-
What did you say?
Do you think they could trace that cell phone?
Yes. Well, let me phrase it properly. You used to be able to trace cell phones. Whether or not anyone has the equipment to still do it is probably an open question.
Yeah, because that thing has to send a signal out, right? That's how you talk.
Right.
Yeah, that's.
Like our comms.
I mean, I've seen TV shows where they trace cell phones, but it's pretty old stuff. I don't know.
Yes.
How strong was the signal?
I saw like one line on the screen, and it wasn't even a touch screen.
Oh,
I had to like push numbers and stuff.
oh wow.
That's old. Oh boy. Okay. So that tells me its signal is not going to be strong. If we would not be under a mountain, you wouldn't be able to get a signal through a mountain, right? Especially from
Oh,
something
that's-
that weak. What if
Unless
we're
there's-
literally
We're in
on
like
a
a
place?
dome.
On
We're
top
really
of
on
it?
an island.
What if we're literally on an? I mean, what if we're literally on an island? Who knows? If
How-
we've been
an
gone for
island
7
where?
days, that means there's what 4.5 to 5-ish days unaccounted for because we've only been gone 2 to 3 days that I can remember. Right?
Depends on how long it took us to drive out here.
Maurice recalls 4.
4?
2 in the west for sure.
Yeah.
Actually,
least-
more like 3 there. Only 1.5 here. So I'm coming up with 4 for sure, where
Okay.
we're conscious.
So then there's 3 days at least unaccounted for. I mean, throughout all that, that's plenty of time to actually put us on something and shuttle us to one of their own private islands because
That doesn't make sense
corporations
because
have them.
then why would
But
that guy
what
have
if-
a vehicle to shuttle people into where we thought we were going?
What if the
I think this is a big amusement park.
Yeah. What if it's all on an island?
Sam, you had a question?
In the middle of Arizona? Yeah, my question is, would I be able to like rewind my my cyber optic footage back to before we arrived in Blackwater?
Yeah, you could, but you need a system to plug it into. You can't do it,
Okay.
in your head.
Okay.
It's like basically like taking the SD card out and putting it into something with an SD reader.
Okay.
So then this place has to be projecting this illusion.
It doesn't have to project per se.
No, I think it's all one park. I think Blackwater and this
Yeah, Blackwater is just another level.
piece of this park.
Yeah.
But this place was hidden, right?
I need,
Yes.
I
No
need to
one's come
find
across
that
it?
map.
We've
No
got to
one
be
came
underground.
across it. I'm imagining that it's just a partially submerged dome in the desert somewhere.
It's got to be
little
under
camouflage
plateau.
would go a long way. Or it could actually be a deserted base that everyone's just ignoring because everyone knows it's deserted.
Jerome, could I take a hack at the computer?
Stolas is sitting at it, but sure.
Okay, she'll ask him to scoot for a moment.
Oh, he does.
Okay.
Or
So-
this is all just a really, really elaborate brain dance.
At this point, no. No, there is no brain dance technology that could mimic anything like you guys are seeing right now.
Yeah.
Even in 2077, the brain dance that you replay there, it was obvious you're replaying memories at that point. It's not interactive like this.
Brain dances are all just like you're wearing a VR thing, right? It's not.
Yeah.
It's not like haptic.
Right, and brain dances, while you feel it and whatnot, it's all pre-recorded. You're experiencing somebody else's memory,
Okay.
which allows you to rewind and forward, speed up, so on and so forth. It's all a set pattern. None of this is a set pattern. Okay, so you are trying to program. Go ahead.
So tech and programming.
I don't know. It's not under that. It's under intelligence.
Okay, intelligence. So 7 and 2. So that's.
Did we ever see a night
9.
sky, Jerome?
Yes.
We did in Blackwater.
And you did in Blackwater, yes.
11.
Right on. So she types in God for the password, and of course it fouls out. Meh. I know, right? Exactly.
Yeah.
Please.
What was the password in that movie?
I think it was please. I don't remember.
Well, that didn't work. Why
Second
don't we have a
admin.
Why don't we have a net runner in our group?
Netrunners are hard to play.
Try capitalizing some of it and adding a number and a special character.
Yeah, go ahead and do that several million times until you happen upon the right password.
Yeah.
Is there
Have
like
you
a
tried sex? Sex wasn't that a popular password back in the day?
Why don't I just
Well,
try
back
1,
in the
2, 3,
day.
4?
20 years ago.
can Visions look through like the drawers and stuff to see if there's like a password, like somebody wrote down a password?
Look underneath the keyboard. Is there anything
Yes.
spooked there?
Go
Or
ahead.
behind the monitor?
So you flip it. You flip it up over, and the password is Jurassic Park 4 or 04, I should say.
Okay,
Wow.
so she types that in.
Which that
Gotta be
was the
kidding me.
password from Jurassic Park.
Okay, so she types it in.
Okay, so you have access to the park. That's just comes up on the on the screen. It's got when the system pops up, it has a clone of like Windows 98. to it, kind of a look.
Wow.
It's clearly not Windows 98, but it's just designed for aesthetic purposes. So you've got your little recycle bin off to the side. You got an animated icon.
Is
It's
it that
got
green field under the blue sky?
yeah. There you go.
Nice.
Okay. Just gonna try and find a detailed map of where they're at.
Okay, so you click on the park database. It pulls up, and an old looking Windows program kind of pulls up, and you can't obviously touch the screen. You have to use the mouse.
Yes.
Uh,
Yeah.
and
She'll figure that out.
Yep, and you click around, and yeah, I mean it's not hard. Then once you figure it out, it's like map grounds, and you pull it up, and it's showing which fences are no longer in operation, which most of them aren't.
Does it show which animals are where?
No,
No.
it just has
They don't.
designators what animals were in what part of the park,
Okay.
and it just has flashing signs on it showing that the fences are down in those areas.
Are there any fences that are still up?
No, not completely. I mean, even if they are partially effective, it's ineffective because they'll just walk around it.
Right. Is there any? Do they see any maintenance?
Oh, hang on. That was not what I wanted to do. Put that. There we go. That's what I was looking for.
Hub. All the way over there. Okay. Well, guys, I have some good news and some bad news. Which one do you want first?
Bad news.
It's on the other side of the island that I think we want to go to.
All right.
The good news is, hey, I found a map of the whole island, and it's the whole island. It's not Blackwater. There's nothing on here that looks like Blackwater.
Right.
It's got the sections of where animals should be and where the fences should have been electrified, but are no longer.
Shock.
I don't know much about animal behavior. Does anybody know if they kind of stay in their own little areas or do they wander?
I'd imagine they'd wander around.
I mean,
Guess
yeah,
it
if they're
depends on their
wild
programming.
animals, they're just gonna move.
Oh,
I'm not sure they're programmed with those chips or if they can be like controlled or puppeted. Who knows how advanced that chip is? I mean, unless we had some sort of reader that could look at it and figure it out.
Those little dinosaurs were eating the one that I killed. So that seems like
yeah,
wild animal behavior, right? Why
Yeah,
would you
but Mary May was eating too,
command it
and
to
we
do
just Mary May was eating, and we just watched her throw up. How does a robot throw up food?
It's easy. A plastic
I
sack.
mean, that was real barf.
Plastic sack.
I mean, did it?
It's not hard to do the enzymes.
Sulfuric acid?
I mean, I have a fake nose.
Human digestive enzymes are quite well documented. Simulating eating would not be really much of a effort.
Yeah.
Just like a garbage bag in there.
Yep.
What about the other side?
Have we seen her use the bathroom? No.
I'm just thinking about the dinosaur here.
The dinosaurs, I think, are real.
The dinosaurs appear to be animals that have been cloned to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Doc, I gotta ask. Did you guys actually have sex?
No, we did. That's what I'm saying. It's a part of the program and the thing. Yeah, apparently my character did, but not
Well,
me.
I have to speak for the group here, Doc. If we could document that they were capable of full functionality, they're worth more. So maybe you might want to experiment a little bit if the opportunity
We don't
arises.
have time for that. We have to go across
The
an entire
digital pimp
island.
hard at work.
I can loan you an appliance that will help out with the
Oh
activity.
my God.
No,
No,
no.
stop.
Okay, so
How long do
What
you think it would take
about-
us to drive to the other side of the island?
Well, if we take the Jeep, okay, she's going to need she's going
Is
to
there
have a Maury.
is
She's
there
going to
enough
have a
cheat
Maury
to
and
get there?
Ghost to get a little bit closer because she doesn't know anything about geography or mapping out things. She's just the tech. So she's going
Yeah.
to show the
Ghost
hub
will go and just start like
and then
trying to map the whole
he's-
thing using
yeah.
navigation. Like, okay,
yeah,
that would take
she's,
this. And then
we're here and we need to
clicks.
go, I think, to the hub.
Okay.
certain amount of bad logic to that, but considering it's the only thing that's really marked, I can see where the follow through is appropriate.
I mean, if anything, it's another bunker, which is fine. We can fortify there.
If you follow the road, yeah, and I mean going up
That's
over the
yellow
hill,
lines, right?
yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
if
we
you
have
went
to
up,
go around.
if you went up
Yeah.
over the mountain, obviously it would be the most direct route, but there's no roads going through there, so that it would be
No.
very difficult. You're
We're
looking
we're
probably
driving.
at about an hour drive, depending upon your speed. You could probably shave some off if the roads are serviceable and you don't run into any problems and you gunned it. You could probably shave some of that time down.
I'm not worried about
And you
that.
said there was only one working Jeep, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The other
So we have
one
to
was
pack
crashed.
in.
Yep.
Okay.
We'll grab as many supplies as we can from here. We'll make sure to eat, rest.
Well,
and
maybe
I
we
think we
should just
drive
take
up
some
there.
food with us.
That's what I'm saying. Eat
yeah.
what we
Yeah.
can. Pack the
Get
rest.
some water. Find some
And look for
containers to
extra
keep water.
gas.
We'll let the cell
Yes.
phone charge.
Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Oh,
And as you guys are kind of debating, from the other room you hear.
What is that?
the phone. Go, isn't that the phone?
Is it the cell phone?
Go look for it.
Does anyone want to come with me?
Oh,
Maury goes
yeah,
with her.
Okay.
I just want to go see the
Walks
cell
into the
phone.
room.
And he
I mean,
breaks
just in
out.
case I'm not like thinking on my feet the best here.
And then, while they're doing that, Jerome, Octavia's going to tell Soul to go eat, and she'll watch the cameras for a
Okay.
while.
So go eat. So some of you, I guess, are racing into the other room, into the kitchen.
Yeah, Sam can't move very fast.
Oh, that's right,
Yep.
because she's still hurt.
A
Maury will
lot.
go in
Yep.
and pick up the phone and open it.
Okay. So you hear, hello, Sam?
No, Sam's limping her way into the room at the moment. This is Amori.
I'm here. I'm coming.
I'm sorry. Who is Amori again?
I'm the team leader for the group that Sam clandestinely sponsors.
Oh, okay. Right. All right. So have you guys
She
been able to find any
Healer, fix her.
have you been able to find like any landmarks or anything we can work with here?
Nothing other than the signal from the phone. We've located another location with the possibility of communications that are better, but at the moment the cell phone's the only thing we've got. And until we get to that other location, we're not sure. We're not inside simply an enclosed dome. There's no way to tell.
Okay. All right. Well, since you're using a cell phone, then there are not many of those around. I think I can have Sin try and triangulate the ping. I just need you to leave the phone open.
Okay. We can certainly do that. Does it make a difference if it travels with us or not?
It may.
Okay, so you're going to want us to leave it at this location. Alrighty. That means we'll have to leave someone here to watch it because we have small animal predators that are a real possibility.
Right, okay, so okay, how high are all of you?
I
Not
wish.
not
Not
high enough.
enough. Not enough.
So dinosaurs.
They appear to be clones that have chip implants in them. The tech is really nice. We have samples of it. In particular, we have the sample chip. Um, we also appear to have um, an augmented human, for lack of better wording.
Okay, I'm sorry. An augmented human, so a cyborg.
She's a robot, but she's really sophisticated.
And she says, "Wait, what?" So
It's difficult to
robots,
explain unless you've seen the
dinosaurs,
tech.
and okay, I
Yeah,
just have to.
she came with us from the western
Sam,
town.
I treat you like a sister, but even to me, you're confusing.
Okay, so no, just stay there. You don't have to stay there long. Just leave the phone on and just let the signal keep coming out. I just need to let Syntax know so she can try and triangulate this by, I guess, pinging the tower.
Okay, we'll do that. And I'll let you talk to Sam a little bit, and he gives the phone to Sam.
Okay.
So Sam takes the phone and she says, we talked about having you guys come and find us, but we're really worried that you might get sucked into this whole thing too. So I don't know, you guys need to be really careful.
Okay, so what exactly happened?
We have no idea. Last thing we knew, we were talking to Syntax and heading up into the mountain, and then the next thing we knew, we were on a stagecoach in this small town in like the Wild West, and I was wearing like a long dress with a corset, and like Stolas was a drunk, and Doc is a card shark, and
So
it was this
Stolas
whole
didn't change his
thing.
character?
You know,
Maria leans back over and goes, Sam, don't forget to mention the rogue AIs.
oh yeah, so there was this concierge that told us that we were in like a video game kind of a thing, but the artificial intelligence running the game had gotten lonely and decided to go crazy and start doing their own thing. And so that's why we were trapped here.
Okay, that sounds like a lot of stuff I need to get Syntax in. She's going to want to know. So just stay on the phone. I'm going to put you on hold. It means you're just going to hear nothing, but I'm still technically here. And I'm going to communicate with her on another line, okay?
Okay. Whew. Is there any more of those granola bars?
In that collection of supplies, there was no coffee, was there?
No. There was tea, but there's no coffee.
Yeah, that's not going to
Can
do.
somebody bring me the pineapple?
Wait, wasn't there a beer?
There are a couple different types of beers,
There are a
yes.
lot of weird kinds of beer.
Yeah, I'll take a beer too.
You're right. They're that way.
Visions will go get Octavia her pineapple and beer.
Okay. Her pineapple and beer. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
We put the lime in the coconut.
And it makes you feel
No,
better.
we talked about that last time.
Yep.
No lime.
Okay, so she eventually comes back on the phone and she says, "Okay, so Syntax has been able to find like where you're at within about a mile."
Are we on an actual island?
She says, "Okay, I still don't understand the whole island thing. Your signal is pinging out in the Arizona desert."
Yeah, it's definitely not a desert in here.
Okay, well,
It
good.
feels a lot like home, actually, like outside the city,
Wow.
except for the dinosaurs, of course.
Okay.
We didn't have any of those in Panama.
A long time ago. But
Before my time.
so I have Syntax looking into it, and we're going to be sending somebody out to try and find you guys.
Okay. Be careful.
Big guns, and don't be afraid to use the EMP.
You too.
Love you.
I love you too, sweetheart. So
Okay.
she hangs up.
See ya.
And it looks like the phone currently has a full charge.
Yep.
All right. Are we going to try and go across the
Nope.
island? Or we're going to stay here?
Well, yes, because we can't leave the phone unattended.
Well, I mean,
Hey.
now that it's charged, we can bring it with us.
Yeah, just bring the charging cable. Plugged in
I
something?
mean, assuming that we could.
And then when the
get a
vehicle
signal.
overturns and flips because the dinosaur rammed it and you and the phone go flying through the air, what do you want to make a bet the phone breaks? Because it's 20 plus years old.
I mean,
So somebody has to stay here.
Stick it in a box or stick it in a protective thing. I like look around for like an ammo can.
Okay, let's go this route. How many people can comfortably sit in that Jeep?
Dude, we're
For
not
a
splitting up.
long
I
travel?
can't.
All we
comfortably
know
sit
is like
anywhere.
half you stay here and get shot by whatever dude is running around with a high powered rifle, and we go get eaten by dinosaurs.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like a good trade.
We're gonna all pile in.
You can fit 7 passengers into a Jeep Grand Cherokee.
Yep.
Perfect.
And there are 8 of us.
Oh yeah.
And
So-
also, I am heavily wounded.
Yep.
So somebody is going to have to lay down in the back.
Someone has to lay down in the back. So at this point, if that's what you guys want to do, I would say go for it. And I will sit here with the phone and you could go Rambo off. If I
Yeah, but
was,
what if the exit is over there?
I'm not worried about the exit so much as the fact that our only means of communication is incredibly fragile.
I'm telling you, put it in something. Let's find something to put it in. There's got to be a
What do
briefcase.
you think is going to survive being rammed by a dinosaur?
Well,
No.
what do you think? How do you think we're going to protect that chip? That chip's going to cost. It's going to make us
The
a lot
chip
of
is-
money.
Yes, but the chip is not our only means of communication. I'm much more worried about getting the team out than I am
Yeah,
about
we could
Yeah.
also leave the phone here and it gets eaten by a tiny dinosaur. Like, yeah, it could get crushed and destroyed at any moment. You can sit on it wrong. Let's just put it in something. Take it with us.
I don't want to leave one person behind. Just one.
Yeah, it's rough.
It's not happening. Don't worry, you're getting in the truck. Get in the truck.
Especially if it
We're
takes
taking the
an
phone.
hour to get to the other place.
And we're going to need good shots.
And as you guys are kind of bantering back and forth, because Octavia is clearly responding from the security room, as she's been monitoring the
Yep.
monitors, and Stolas is getting something to snack on. You guys end up hearing that kind of that sound that you heard before, that kind of a crackling, like sort of kind of echoing from the jungle, and it's very close.
And
Yep.
I freeze.
Is that a dinosaur?
Was,
Guys.
was that the thing that fired the weapon before?
I don't know, but I think we should pack up and go.
Cool. Good idea.
What if it's like waiting for us right out the garage? She's gonna be looking on the monitors. Well, the one monitor out front and the one in the garden.
You're not seeing anything.
Is there any sand or flour or cornstarch anywhere?
Why don't you take a look at the detailed list that I gave to everybody?
Oh yeah, that's right. Everyone ransacked it.
Exactly.
Yep.
And see if you have anything like that.
Maybe the ones that have the really good vision should go upstairs and take a peek out the windows.
I mean, you'd be kind of just making yourself a target if you did that. This thing seems to be a good shot. If it's that thing, it took out that dinosaur in one hit.
Is that the sound you heard before it did?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it was weird.
Great. I'm gonna die.
I mean,
Dinosaur.
I think we should just get what we can and gun it. If we stay here, it's just gonna come in here, right?
Right. Well, thank God I closed the garage door, but what if it's like waiting right there in front of the garage door?
And as you guys are debating on what you're doing and talking about getting the flock out of town and where we are going to end it there tonight, you end up hearing a very kind of distorted and very eerily sound that says, "Want some candy?"
Oh no!
And
And Octavia just cracked herself.
oh man, you made me ink. So that is what we're ending for tonight, and we are going to hopefully, I think it sounds like we're getting that way. We're going to be wrapping up the dinosaur park problem next game, which that would be let's see, May the 1st.
Only to find ourselves on Mars.
No.
2 weeks. 2 weeks. Oh no! It's not just Mars, it's Arnold's Mars.
Oh.
Oh my God.
What I wouldn't give to have 3 hands. So anyways.
I mean, there's a couple other things you can have multiple of and still have fun.
So
Just saying.
our game tomorrow is Street Fighter. That's going to be starting at or starting it on the 18th. Starting at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then after that, of course, is Star Wars the following Wednesday. So next Wednesday. So be sure to tune into that. And then, of course, our Vampire and Marvel games next week on Friday and Saturday, respectively. So thank you guys for all tuning in, for hanging out with us and watching. Thank you for the re-rolls, obviously, Diminutive Demon, and hanging out with us. And we'll catch you guys all again next time. Good night, guys.
Night.
Good night. There we go.